This one, you guys, is just more practice of the same. I'll just go through one. You've already done a couple of these, and so hopefully they're starting to make a little bit of sense. On these, you guys, I like to start with the reaction type. I feel like that's the easier part of the sheet, and so that's what I'm going to start with. And so for number one, again, I like to put the letters up there. You can always put them up there and erase them later. Some of you are maybe able to visualize these right now, without having to put them up there. If you want to, you can put the letters off to the side. So there's the 5 types. You can sure take a screenshot of that, save that if you want, or write it off to the side. Sometimes writing it, that repetition can be helpful. And so here, this one looks most like a decomposition, so I'll put the D there. And then I'm going to get rid of this stuff. I don't need that anymore. I already figured out the reaction type. And so now in terms of balancing, again, if you want information off to the side, oops, should do that the right way, excuse me. Remember here, aluminum, notice aluminum, there's just one. Aluminum is not part of the Brinkelhoff, and we're only do it with single elements. This is a compound, so the Brinkelhoff doesn't apply. Aluminum is not part of the Brinkelhoff, so we just put a 1 there. And chlorine is part of the Brinkelhoff, and so there has to be a 2 there. Remember, the Brinkelhoff only applies to single elements. It never applies to compounds. And so there I've got my numbers. And if I look at my aluminums are balanced, chlorines aren't, but I've got a 2 and a 3. And so in order to get that balanced, what number do 2 and 3 go into evenly? Well, they go into 6. And so here, I'll put these back out here just in case you want to see them. So here, some number, that's where the 2 came from. I need to get to 6. Well, what number times 2 gets me to 6? That would be a 3. Over here, some number times a 3. Notice I'm using a 3 this time because it's a different subscript. Well, what times 3 gets me to 6? That would be a 2. So I put a 2 there. And that takes care of my calciums. But notice now, oops, my aluminums. Now there's 2 aluminums. So again here, what number times 1? Now I want a 2. Because over here I have 2 aluminum. Oops, sorry you guys, I got ahead of myself. There we go. So we have 2 aluminums on the reactant side. So that's where this 2 comes from. And what number gets me there? And that's a 2. And so I get rid of that. And I put a 2 there. And that's a balanced chemical reaction. Again, I'll get rid of the stuff that we don't want to look at. And that's what we're looking at. So this is similar to what we've done. You're just doing both at the same time. You're balancing and doing the type of reaction.